Rusty and I already knew each other from high school, but we reconnected later in life. And so we dated, I think, 6 months or something. Not very long.
Yeah,
and then
6 months, and then we got engaged and we're married a month and a half later.
the day that I had SCAD happen, which is spontaneous coronary artery dissection, I was pregnant with my first child at 32 weeks. I was going to Springfield, Missouri to get ready for my best friend's bridal shower. When I got there, it was very hot, and I was with my friend Kara, and we were getting ready. I remember I was carrying a little box with shredded papers, and I remember I was grabbing it and walking up the stairs, and when I got close to the stairs, I felt this tightness in my chest, very tight. I would kind of describe it as when you might swallow, something that didn't go down correctly and you're like, oh my gosh, that hurt really bad. Well, it didn't go away, and then the tingling happened where it started on my shoulders and went down my arms, and that's when I knew something was wrong. And so I said, hey, I'm gonna go lay down in my car and I'm gonna call my doctor, and I tell them I have chest pain. So what are they gonna say? Of course, go to the ER. We saw that the blood work, of course, was elevated, and that's supposed to show that you did experience a heart attack. They rushed me then to the other side of town where more their cardiac unit is to talk to them to see what else they can find. They decided to do an echo, and they're doing the echo, and they do find something.
Lauren called me and told me she was at the ER sometime in the early afternoon. So I packed up, started driving to Springfield. I think I made it to Eldon. She told me that everything was fine. I should go turn around and drive home. So as soon as I get home, she calls me and tells me that she thinks she had a heart attack. So I drove to Springfield pretty quickly. And then the doctor came in, I think it was about 2 in the morning, and she said that they had called the helicopter to airlift her.
We found it's mild dissection. Definitely there is a tear there. It is a problem, but it's manageable.
When they took her back for the heart cath, I was the most scared I've ever been in my whole life.
However, it was not safe to stay pregnant. At one point, my heart rate during it was going up and Claire's was going down. And then hers would go up and mine would go down. And it was almost like we were just this, yin and yang, kind of helping each other out, is how the nurse described it. And that was the coolest experience, scariest, but the coolest experience. And so she came in and I heard her cry, and I remember they just brought her over to me, showed her to me, and I just said, just take care of my daughter.
We go with Claire over to the NICU, and then Clara went into shock and her heart stopped in the elevator. So they pumped her full of caffeine, basically, got her heart re-kick-started. Got her to her room, and I was, somewhat relieved, but, I have a wife in one hospital and a kid in another one. Whichever one you're not with, you're worrying about, so it's just kind of hard to relax.
We were in the hospital, and, combination with me being there and then her in the NICU for almost a month. Most people might not know that SCAD happens most likely in postpartum time. So when I had my SCAD heart attack, that already is rare, but it's even more rare to have it when you're not postpartum. I believe that this happened, a layer of why it happened is I was going through such emotional stress, and obviously probably some physical stress because I was overly active. I decided I did want to have another child. There for a while, I'm hearing every doctor that I've ever met in my head, and of course hearing my family, my friends, everyone say, no, you can't do that, you can't do that, you can't do that, which rightfully so, I would say the same thing to them. But I did make up my mind that I know that I meant to carry a child again. I had an amazing pregnancy, and I had a baby boy named Brooks, and I wanted a boy so bad. I knew, I was supposed to do this. And I can't believe that I was about to let fear keep me away from doing what I was supposed to do. SCAD in itself should be preventable, but there's not enough proven evidence now of why it happens. We need to make sure that we all band together and we do whatever we can to give back and give to American Heart Association so that we can find a cure for this.